Thirsty, thirsty, trying to choose. I mean, I know I'm pretty cool.
There once was a daughter, Abby, who lived in a land surrounded by the poor. Her father, a miller, was the poorest of them all. One day, the miller was walking around town searching for food and loose money to support his family. Suddenly, he ran into the king of his town. The king was in search of a beautiful wife.
Sir, good afternoon. What are you looking for?
Nothing, just clay for my daughter to turn into diamonds.
Diamonds? Real diamonds?
Yes, it's a very, very good talent.
Well, I suppose if you speak the truth, bring her to my castle tomorrow.
As soon as the miller hears this, he rushes home to pack Abby's bags. The miller delivers his daughter to the king the next day.
Ah! At last! You finally arrived!
This is my daughter with the special ability I was talking about.
Nice to meet you.
What's my ability again?
To make diamonds, of course, right?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
what your father told me you could do.
That's correct.
Come in.
She is brought into a room filled with clay. The room was narrow and tall with only one window to look out of.
Okay. So you have till morning to make me 5 diamonds, or else you will be fed to my wolves. Get to work.
Let the dogs out!
Abby is now in the room, filled with clay, weeping uncontrollably.
Why are you crying? The king wants me to make diamonds out of clay by tomorrow morning. I don't know how to do it. If I mold this clay for you, what do I get in return? I can give you my bracelet.
The creature accepts the offer and proceeds to start making the diamonds.
The next morning, the king walks into the room surprised over how many diamonds she made. The king, wanting more diamonds to add to his wealth, brought Abby into another room with more clay.
Here's your 5 diamonds, King Jack.
Let's go, follow me. Faster, let's go. Get in there. Now you make me more diamonds if you value your life. Once he is gone, Abby begins to cry again, wondering how she is ever going to turn the clay into diamonds.
What will you give me if I turn this clay into diamonds for you? I'll give you my earrings. Okay.
The creature goes right to work and molds the clay into diamonds.
Abby was given an hour break to rest finally. The king was overjoyed at the sight of all the diamonds, but being the greedy man he is, he wanted more.
Alright, wake up. Your rest is over. Time to make more diamonds. Hurry up!
Abby is brought into an even larger room with more clay.
Now, if you make me more diamonds by tomorrow morning, you shall be my wife. Get to work.
If I mold this clay for you, what shall I get in return? I have nothing left to give. Then you must promise me a special reward in the future.
Sure, anything.
Your firstborn child, it shall be mine.
Okay.
Abby, being in desperate need of help, promises the creature that her first child she will give to him because she has no other choice. The creature, happily knowing he will be getting a child, begins to mold and mold, turning the clay into diamonds one by one.
King Jeff returns in the morning, astonished by all the diamonds he sees. A wedding is put into place immediately. A year later, Abby has a beautiful baby girl, but could not forget about the promise she made to the creature.
One day, out of nowhere, the creature magically appears in the castle.
I believe you have to give me something now.
You're not taking my child away from me.
But we had a deal.
You can't take her away from me. She's all I had left to keep me from killing myself in this horrible castle with the king.
Shouldn't have made the deal then.
Please, I'll do anything.
I'll give you one chance.
Okay, what is it?
You have 1 week to guess my name. If you can guess it right, you can keep the child.
Deal.
Abby agrees, having no other options.
Later that night, Abby tossed and turned, wondering how she was going to figure out his name. She could not sleep.
What am I gonna do? I can't lose my child. She means everything to me. I need to figure out his name.
The next couple days were extremely stressful for Abby, and the thought of her losing her child was haunting her. She thought of every name possible, from Clifford to Grayson to Leighton to Peyton. The creature came back in 3 days' time, and Abby said modern and old names, but the creature kept answering, "That is not my name." 2 days later, the creature returns, and Abby again tries to guess his name. She tried Albert, Damon, Lincoln, and all the names she knew, but still the creature said, "That is not my name." At this point, it was almost impossible for Abby to find the creature's name before the week was over.
Early the next morning, Abby's father was heading out to hunt. He was going deep into the woods. As he was walking, he couldn't help but notice a strange little man dancing by a tiny house.
I'm the luckiest woman ever. I've never felt better. I'm getting a child tomorrow, and I can't believe that nobody knew my name is Nikkistiltskin. Who? The father came back from hunting, wanting to tell Abby what he thought was a hilarious story.
You'll never believe what I saw today.
What'd you say?
I was in the woods hunting, and there was a creature in the woods singing a song, and I believe he said his name was Nikkistiltskin.
Just before dark, a noise was heard outside Abby's room. The creature entered.
So, have you figured out my name?
Is it Hayes?
No.
Is it Ronald?
No.
Is it Jerry, Tim, Joseph, or Johnston?
No.
Do you even have a name?
Of course I do. This is your last guess. If you guess wrong, I get the child.
Is it Nikkistiltskin?
How did you know? Who told you?
Lucky guess. As he turned and stormed away, he slammed the door shut, and that was the end of him. The creature furiously trotted back to his little hut in the deep forest and discussed about how Abby found out his name. Abby luckily got to keep her child. The king stopped making Abby mold the clay because he had become extremely wealthy over the past year. The miller got to enjoy some of the wealth since he was the father-in-law of the wealthy king. The creature was to never be seen again. King Jeff, Abby, and the first child lived happily ever after. The end.
She made a she wrote. How much money is that? Jello beats, at me.